Okay, morning guys, an absolutely beautiful morning up at the garage, 9 o'clock. It's been very snowy this week, so pretty treacherous outside, so I take the tram up to work and slip and slide on my way to work. But anyway, it's all fine. It's literally 2 weeks until the birthday, the boy's birthday, and giving them BMW, so quite a lot to do. What I clearly won't get it done by then, but what I want to get done by then is obviously get it back together and finish off the main rust parts, as I've said probably 1,000 times before. So today I'm going to do the front right hand wing repair. Okay, so I've put on the old wing and just lining everything up here. It looks fine with the newly welded in part of the sill. Pretty happy with those gaps. And this here is the repair section, and obviously I'm only using this part below that seam line there. So I guess, I don't know the best way to do this. Do I offer it up here or just literally do it off the car? I don't know. Just got this out in the open here, and I'm taking the trims off and everything, the indicator, just so that I don't damage anything when I'm welding. Okay, so quick update. I've made a cut into the panel itself and one below roughly where the line's going to go, so I'm just going to put this back on the car, clamp it up, and do the final measurements or markings as well. Okay, so just lining up the wing part here. And I think I've got it about right. I've done the measurements on both sides and I'm going to scribe that along there. So it's pretty flat from there. I've also put the wheel liner in just to make sure everything lines up. I'm going to have to slightly bend it up a little bit under there because there's a gap between the body and the bottom of the wing, but that should be absolutely fine. Okay, so I've scribed my final line there. I'm much happier with it now. It's always worth measuring twice, or in this case 10 times, taking the wing on and off, putting the car up and down. But I'm happy with this this line now. It's actually exactly what I cut off the what I measured and cut off the last part. So that doesn't really make sense, but I know what I mean. But anyway, so I'm going to cut that and then probably weld it while it's on the car. Probably. Okay, so I've just tacked this up and I'm going to put it back on the car to see how straight it is. Okay guys, I just put it back on the car and I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I was worried that I wasn't going to get this flat, and I've still got a lot of welding to do, so I've got to be careful that it doesn't bow. So I'm keeping it cool with a wet rag and the air compressor. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep going. For today, because this wing turned into a bit of a nightmare, I must admit. I mean, I've done it now and it'll all be fine, you know, when it's all done, but I welded it perfectly and then I blew a hole right at the end and I tried to fill the hole and it got bigger, and then when I sanded it, the metal got too thin, so it just kept blowing holes, and then I ended up cutting a section out and re-welding it, and that's what I've done now. And because there was a little bit of a dent there, I've put some body filler in it. This is way more than it needs, so you know, I'm not covering up a bad job, and I'm going to sand this back, but I just wanted to try and get it as even as possible, and nobody will ever notice because it's under the paint line here, so this is all stone chip, but nonetheless bit of a perfectionist, so I'm just trying to get it as nice as I can. So a thin layer of filler, I'll sand that down when it's dry, and then we'll have the new wing ready. But yeah, been quite an ordeal, very frustrating. But, you know, I said to myself, you can't get it right every time, so it's a learning curve, and hopefully it won't happen again. Okay guys, welcome back to the E36, and I finally decided to do the Dachhimmel. I can only think of the German word Dachhimmel, the headlining, there we go, for the car. So I got all of the right fabrics from an upholsterer in Dresden. I'll bring up their information. And she found the original stuff for the door and the ceiling. So I'm really pleased with that. The ceiling is in here and the door cards are in here. So I've already taken off some of the fabric of one of the door cards, and it's left a very sticky residue, which I do need to get off. But over here, I've already brushed off the old glue residue off of the headlining. So I'm gonna do that now. Wish me luck. Okay, so this is the door card fabric. As I say, original BMW. There you go. And this is the headliner as well. So I'm probably going to start with a smaller section, see if I can clean this up and do one of these first. Okay guys, so I am starting off with the door card. I've got the old manky bit here and I'm making up a template using this paper. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this out on the back of the fabric, remembering to turn it over with some chalk. Okay guys, so I just did that first door card and I must admit that's very unenjoyable. It hasn't turned out too bad, but I think why this is probably not the right glue for it is because it dries incredibly quickly. 2 minutes is the setting time, and whoa, I mean, I haven't really got much choice at the moment, which is a bit frustrating, so I've sort of come up today to do it. But it's not too bad. Get it in the light. It's not too bad. This went badly here, this corner. But this seemed okay. Yeah, oh, up here as well didn't go so well. So I might have to do some trimming and some gluing afterwards, but on the whole, not too bad. Okay guys, so I did a test run for the headlining on a door card, as I think I showed you before, but then I read the specification of that glue that I was using and it says it's not recommended for fabrics, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go anyway, which is why I did the door card. But then I realized the reason why it probably isn't the right stuff is because it dries really quickly and there's no maneuverability. So I really set myself up. I spent maybe 3 hours in there and then thought, better not do it. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to a upholsterer, the one I got the fabric from in the first place, and she can do it. So I've got enough other things to do. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've started to put the interior back together, and I've grabbed a whole bunch of interior stuff which needed clean, so I'm going to do that now. Okay guys, so I just want to show you the boot, or the boot compartment. I've spent a bit of time cleaning everything up in here, putting all the carpets in correctly, or the side panels in correctly, because they're all sort of pushed up and bent. There was a dent in this one, which you can still see slightly here, but it's a lot better than it was. The light shows it up really badly, but actually you can't see it in normal daylight. I've put the spare wheel in, I've pumped that up to 60 psi, I've put the jack in, all of the trims, and found the right connectors, which is very cool. So that time when I scavenged all the little parts off that E36 in the breaker's yard really paid off, because I got a big bag of those little nuts and bolts, plastic things, and all the ones that were missing on this car I've managed to replace so far, which is really exciting. Obviously the bowl is new because it was the incorrect one in the last one. This was missing, so I've got that in, and I've also got, oh, the door's closed, but on the boot of the Land Rover I've got a new carpet. New, not new, but you know, a better one than that was in there. I just want to vax that. So the back of the car is slowly getting done. Okay guys, exciting stuff. So I've spent a little bit of time on the interior here, taking out that god-awful radio that was in before, absolutely awful. It also had this huge cable loom attached to it, so I thought they'd snipped all of the original wiring out, but luckily the guy who sold me this radio, he talked me through it, and you can see how fantastic this looks now. I'm so pleased with that. I've got to find a little cover here which is missing, and also there's a pixel problem with this radio, but the thing is they're getting rarer and rarer, and I'm happy to have it. I paid about €100 for it. With the problems that it's got. It works perfectly, it's just got a couple of pixel problems and that missing cap. But a good one, or like a perfect one, is about 250 to 300 euros. So I think that's fine. I also want to upgrade this, or modify this to be able to listen to or play Bluetooth, because obviously which 17-year-old wants a cassette deck other than having the car completely original. Okay guys, just to wrap it up for today, I have fitted the heat shield again, because I don't know if you remember from last time, this one was pushing and I'd forgotten to drill a hole with that one, so I've done that. I've secured the exhaust pipe all the way under, and I've also put some exhaust cement or putty around there, so the exhaust is done. I also spent some time underneath the bonnet. I can't show you now, but just tidying up the sound deadening material and putting everything back together there, the battery box, just to get as much back together as possible. So I've only got a couple of weekends left. I'm actually traveling for work next weekend, so won't be able to get much done, or much more done, before the birthday. So I've also got to get the anti-roll bar on. Those are the parts there. I've got the new drop links in a box somewhere, and I've also got to get the front brakes back on because they're not connected. All right, anyway, see you next time.